everybody, and welcome to the 7th episode of Behind the Scenario. Today I'm going to talk about Baie of Angels, directed by Jacques Demy. The story centers upon a young man who tries to escape his ordinary life. He is convinced and encouraged by a friend to enter the gambling world. Here, he meets Jackie, a very complex woman who loves luxury, and we will see this side of her especially when she will go to Monte Carlo in the casino. One day she is poor, the other day she is rich. But she no longer stops playing. Gambling is her life, and she doesn't seem to want to escape. Besides the game of love that both partners are playing, what is really interesting is the way Demy chooses to start his story, as if the main character's life is being changed by the gambling world that he is entering to, when in fact, by the end of the movie, we come to realize that it's Jackie's life that is being changed by her love for Jean. There is one strong scene in the movie in which Jackie remains completely out of money to pay for her roulette. At that moment, she decides to move to another table and to use her woman's charms to seduce another man in order to ensure that her pleasure for gambling will go on. At that point, she completely forgets that she is no longer alone. In this moment, he is having a very brutal reaction towards her, thinking that she doesn't love him, and much more than this, thinking that her gambling addiction turns her into an easy woman. This is the moment that we come to realize that Demy is practically constructing his characters separately. As long as Jackie's gambling addictions changes her way of acting, he remains the same. But this is the point that he is also changing into another man. And we have to put ourselves one question. Can love become addictive? Can we fall in love and then be addicted to one person, the same as Jackie starts being addicted to the gambling game? Is it him that he starts to be addicted to Jackie? And also, has he become addicted to the gambling game towards loving this woman and her passion for gambling?
Regarde, Jean, c'est magnifique. Ah, je suis heureuse.
Baie of Angels come 3 years after the release of Breathless, directed by Godard, which encapsulates the technique and the way of narrating a story that defined the French New Wave. Demy's characters are pretty much alike that of Godard's, but of course there are some differences in the way he chooses to shoot his films, and also upon his relationship to the music. The music plays a central part in Baie of Angels because it defines the feelings of the characters, be it feelings of love, anger, or even sadness, happiness, or madness. Demy's personal style makes him unique among the French New Wave directors. But as much as the New Wave directors have portrayed characters who are aspiring to a hedonistic existence, Demy does the same thing, because the post-war middle-class population and youth population of the urban cities were having these aspiring moments. Therefore, the roulette is a symbol of this transition from an ordinary existence to an instantly wealthy life. Baie of Angels is a movie about dreams, chance, and destiny, and about the way people tend to believe that some things are more important than others. But at the same time, it is a movie that shows the tragic part of losing everything in just 1 second and having to start all over again. That's all for this episode. Thank you, and join me again next time, only here on Behind the Scenario.